So today, we're going to be doing a pendant that's pretty similar to this. I don't know if it's going to be as elaborate because we only have about 20 minutes, probably because I like to talk. But anyway, we will try to do a journey pendant like this that's infinity style and kind of make it parametric. So let's get started. Let me minimize this. Open up my perspective view. All right, so the first thing we need, we're going to need is gems, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to run the gem command up here and pull this one down. Let's change the shape of this one to a pear and let's spin them around. Now you can see when I hold shift, the stone will snap to 45-degree increments. So I want it to go straight north, right? So let's hold shift and bring it close to my line up here and let go. Let's get a little bit bigger. Then let's pull it a little bit lower, like this. And I'm going to right click. So now I have a gem right here. What I want to do is hit the kebab menu right here. And I want to rename this. So I'm going to name this one bottom shape. And enter. So then it changes, right? So next we need the mid shape. So let's rerun this. Let's do something like a round. Increase it a bit. Pull it down. And when you're done, you can right click as well. So now I have two. Same thing. Let's rename this one and we will do middle shape. Enter. So one more time, right? We need the top shape. So rerun gem command. Let's pull it up here. And then I want to change to a pear one more time. And let's reduce this a bit. Let's do something like this, pull it down a bit. And once you have what you are looking for, you can right click and one more time, we will edit the name and do top shape. All right, so here is where it gets fun, right? So I used these gems. That way we can go through parametric commands and not be drawing from scratch. That way we can have something that's able to edit in the end, right? So the way we're going to do that is using this gem offset curve. So whenever I click gem offset curve, you can see it puts a gem, or a curve around my gem, right? So let's go to 4 views. And let's pull it down to here, just to this line. Let's go top view up here and let's increase about there. So what I want is for it to come around here, go up on this side, and then start back on this pair, right? So that's kind of what we're doing with these gems. Let's go to 0.4 and right click. So now I will select my middle round and right click, which will rerun the previous command. That's just a kind of shortcut for you guys. Let's zoom in, go down to this one. Let's go to 0.4 and right click. And then I'll do the same for the top pair. I can right click again, which will rerun the previous command. Let's open this up a bit. Let's go to side view and pull it down to that line. There we go. So it should look something like this. So the next thing we're going to do is split these curves, right? Because I need this side of the pear, I need this side of the round, and then I need this side of the pear again, right? Because I want it to do that kind of over wrap. So I want to run split curve and select the curve. You can see it's splitting at 0.5, which is half of my curve length, and the other half will split at 0 or 1. So if you think about a curve, right? I'll show you guys on the round. So think about this curve. It has a start, a mid, and an end. The start and the end are on the same point. So when I right click, you can see it wants to split the curve at 0.5, and then the opposite side will be the start and end, and it will split there as well. Capiche? All right, so last thing, I will select the curve from my top pair, and I can right click to rerun the command. And now you can see I'm able to select. All right, so next we need to blend these curves together, right? So let's go ahead under curves. I have blend. Now it's asking select the first curve, select the second curve. So you can see it's trying to blend the shortest point, but we need to change it a bit. So right here, it wants to go this way. I need to flip this one and this one. We can bring this down a bit, and then we can increase the blend amount right here to kind of soften that. So now you can see it wants to cross over. I want to toggle the join, right? And the join will delete the excess. And when I'm done, I can right click. So now I have almost a figure 8, right? So we need to do the same on this side. Let's select this one and that one. Let's bring this around. Bring this one around. Something like that. If I go to top view, you kind of want these to be kind of symmetrical. And yeah, they look good. So I want to, again, toggle the join, and then you can see it will delete the excess. So let's right click. So now I have pretty much my whole curve right here. So there's a few ways that we can move forward right here. I don't necessarily need this side, right? Because I can type GV hide and make them disappear. I can select this curve and mirror because it's the exact same thing that I am needing, right? So let's go to top view. Under transform, I have mirror. And when I hit mirror, you can see it completes my curve, right? Now I have 2. So here is where we get creative. Any questions up to this point? Nope. All right, so now we need to run a sweep, right? A sweep is pretty much the fundamental way CAD software makes solids. So we can come under Tools and hit Profile Placer. And you can see it's populating a curve or a profile on my curve, right? So what it's going to do is take this profile and run it along this curve to make a solid. So let's pull it all the way back. Let's change a different shape. So I want to click this little profile. Let's choose this one. And then we can do some adjusting, right? So let's do 1.5 by 5.5. Maybe not that high. Let's do 4.5. And then I want to put one in the crossover. And this one can be 4. And then I want to put one more right here, except this one, I want to make it 2.5. And then holding Shift, you can see it is snapping to the end. I can left click one more time, and this one will go back up to 3.5. Everybody follows so far? You guys are awfully quiet today. All right, and whenever I'm done, I can right click. So what I want to do is stay organized, right? So I want to select all of my profiles thus far and my curve, and let's color them red. So now I need to select my other side and rerun the profile placer. Let's take this and rotate it up top, holding Shift to snap. Let's go 4.5. Let's select this and match the width. So I need to put one for this side on the crossovers. So let's rotate it up, holding Shift. And for the one that comes this side, I want it to go shorter than this curve. That way it has that kind of wrap look. So let's go to 3.5. Let's go to 3. And then I can add one more right here. So again, let's take the blue arc and rotate it around, holding Shift to snap and let go. And then I want to go to 3.5. Let's go to 4. Yep. And then I need one final one on this side, right? So let's left click. Let's take blue arc and move it, and then we're going to match it like this. All right, so when I right click, I should have yellow profiles for my yellow curve, and I should have red profiles for my red curve, right? So let's hide the yellow. And now all we have to do now is go to Surface, and we can sweep. So you can see in the command line, it's asking to select a rail. I select my ring rail and then my profiles in order and right click. So you can see it's doing something like this. And when I'm done, I can right click. Let's bring back our orange. Let's color this red to stay organized. I can hide my red and sweep this side. Select rail, select profiles, and right click once you're done. Stay organized, let's color, and let's hit the eye on the red to bring it back. So now we can see what we have been working towards, right? If I hide these, we can see the over-under look. So here is where we can, kind of get creative. So let's take our solids and color them back green. I want to add a gem. And let's reduce the size. Let's right click. Let's color these gems. Let's put them on the last gem layer. Okay, let's rerun the gem command. Let's reduce the size of this one, maybe smaller. There we go. And let's put one more gem. Up here. So let's do 2. Let's bring it down. There we go. So we can also put gems on this sweep. Let's go to curve and let's extract an isocurve. When I click my surface, let's go to 0.5, which is half right here, and let's right click. Let's select that curve. Let's go to gem on curve, which will populate some gems along my curve. So right here I have orientation method. I want to focus them down, right? So I'm going to change that to down. We can use this and we will reduce the size to 0.8, 0.9-ish. Let's go to 0.8. And let's change the spacing. Okay, and now we can right click. So I can select these gems and do a channel cutter. Let's extend the cap length. Let's go to wireframe one more time. Pick it up. Let's open the width up a little bit. Let's go to 1.1. And there we go. So I can right click there. Next, we can put heads on these 3. Let's run head builder on it. We can change the height, the angle, everything of these heads. I'm just going to select one real quick because we are running out of time. So here under the kebab menu, we have styles. If I click the styles, it will populate all of our templates for those. I want a single gallery rail. So I select number 10 and then we can load it. Let's reduce this thickness a bit. Let's pull the height down. pick the height up. And lastly, I want to, well, first reduce the thickness on the prongs. Let's pull the base in and pull the top in a bit. And then I want to extrude the dome and then angle the dome on top of my stone to kind of give it that set look. There we go. And I can right click. As long as we are touching, we're good. So again, rerun that command by right clicking. Let's go to styles. Again, I will select number 10. Just reduce the thickness, pull the height down. Go to level 2, and then we can adjust the dome for this one. Let's go back to level 1. I forgot to pick up the base of this head, so let's go to level 1. Let's pick this up. And right click. And right click this stone, and we can choose a style one more time. Let's go to number 10, double click. All right, so let's reduce this because that is a small stone. Let's reduce the height. Let's pick the bottom up. And then we can go to level 2 and once more extrude and turn. Right click when you are done. And now we can Boolean. So a Boolean is just a deduction, right? So removing a object from another object. So I need to Boolean this channel cutter from that sweep. So let's go to tools, solids rather, Boolean difference. And let's see if it will allow me to do both. It may get into some complications, but let's try. So select both of the sweeps, right click, and select our cutter. And it worked, good. Sometimes when you have overlapping surfaces like we had here, it causes issues. So let's select our stones. We can run a prong placer on them. Let's reduce the prong size. Let's go to 0.35. You should never go below that. That's already very small. Give it some dome. Let's pick it up a bit. Let's taper it. Looks good. And then we need to change the ends. So if we go up, we have the end prong over here. We can choose 1 and 1 if we wish. Let's pick this up and drop this down. I want to change the size of this one. So if we go up here and enable end prong control, Again, let's take this one, pull it up, pull this down. And they should be mirrored, but let's double check. Yep. And when you're done, you can right click, and now those prongs become created. We can change those green as well. So this is pretty much, I guess I need a bail, right? Let's, to be formal, let's go under solids, hit our bail. You can see it's created right here, this very, very small bail. Let's increase the length, open this up, pull it down. Let's change those profiles. We'll change it to more of a football shape. 4x7, it's good enough. Then let's go to profiles. Let's change these profiles. Definitely want something a little softer. Let's do this one. One by one up at the bottom. Select this one. Let's make it wider, taller. There we go. And lastly, we just need to change the jump ring. Let's pull the jump ring down, open this up, and thicken it a bit. Oh, not that much. Let's do 0.75 for the diameter. There we go. And I can right click. Again, we can change this green. All right, so that is our 3-stone pendant